Is this a deeply philosophical issue that the party is tackling internally, or is this a deeply generational issue that is bigger than party?
Well, I think it's both. You pointed out that younger Republicans have changed their attitudes about this. If you compare that across all age groups, younger voters have had a more dramatic change in their opinions on this within the Republican Party and in the broader electorate. And that's particularly significant given last fall's elections. If you look at all of the age groups and their movement between 2008 to 2012, the group that moved most away from Barack Obama and into the Republican presidential camp were millennials, ages 18 to 29. By one measure, about 11% of them shifted from supporting Obama in 08 to supporting Romney in 12. By another measure, 13%. So it was the largest age swing, and it's the more younger voters you have in the Republican Party, the more likely they are to have welcoming attitudes towards gay marriage.
But you mentioned it's both, that there are people that are concerned about party principles as well. Walk us through that. How are different factions inside the party navigating this issue of principle and the social issue when it comes to gay marriage?
Yeah, well, a lot of Republicans are traditional social conservatives. They may be economic conservatives first and foremost, but they have traditional social values and believe that marriage is a union between one man and one woman. There are a lot of libertarians inside the Republican Party, some of whom extend their libertarian views to marriage, some of whom do not. But look, the fact of the matter is that our country as a whole has become more welcoming of gay marriage. You look at all of these polls over the last 10 or 15 years, and they show movement in this direction. And if it affects the broader culture, it's going to affect the attitudes within the Republican Party.
Let's talk a little bit more about that streak of libertarianism and how that merges with the modern GOP, if it does at all. You know, there have been some that have argued, Karl, that the way that the GOP should tackle social issues like gay marriage, like abortion, like health care, is to say that social issues are really local issues. Down with big government, we're done with that. Is that a winning argument for the GOP? Do you see that as the way the GOP is going?
Well, saying that this issue ought to be left up to the states is a legitimate position, and a lot of people fall around that. Governor Jeb Bush of Florida, Senator Marco Rubio of Florida, Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, all have that sort of attitude that it ought to be left up to the states. But look, there's going to be a tension. I'm a believer in the traditional definition of marriage. I recognize that a lot of my fellow Republicans don't accept that. I think one of the most important things is going to be inside the party is the tolerance, the forbearance that Republicans on both sides of this issue have towards each other. We've seen people like Vice President Dick Cheney come out and support gay marriage. John Huntsman, who ran for president in 2012 supporting civil unions, has since come out for gay marriage. Rob Portman, senator from Ohio, wrote a very thoughtful, very poignant personal essay about shifting his views on gay marriage, given the fact that his son is declared to his parents that he's gay. So I understand there are different attitudes about this. One of the key things for the Republican Party is going to be to maintain sort of its equilibrium and not allow this issue to deeply divide and set the party at war against itself.
Do you think there's a chance of that happening, regardless of how the Supreme Court rules?
I don't think so. I think Republicans on both sides of this issue have a healthy respect for those who may not agree with them inside the party. At least that's been my experience thus far.
Karl, nice to speak to you as always.